to research classification. Research can be classified different perspectives: field, approach, and nature. Field, for example, in computing, you might feature this is your subject information system, artificial intelligence, or digital well-being in our case. And so on. The of our information system, for example, or artificial intelligence, into more specific topic to aid the more speciality of the research. يعني more you specify your research areas, it is better for you to come up with conclusion. When your research subject is more vast or big, it will be very hard to research it. You have to really specify exactly what you need to research, meaning your objectives, scope will be small as much as you can. It is different when you say, I am going to do a research in digital well-being, rather than I am studying the effect of cell phone on the human digital well-being. And this is different from when I say I want to study the effect of using cell phone during nighttime, for example, versus daytime, or using cell phone when you press the phone against your ear, or having the phone 1 centimeter away from your ear, with respect to the radiation. See, I'm getting more specific. When you get more specific, it's more likely your research becomes more successful. That's about when you classify your research. When you talk about the approach represents the research method employed as part of the research process. For example, you want to use case study. You want to use experimental or survey. And we have discussed this method already when we talked about qualitative and quantitative. If you want to discuss this further, please contact me directly. لأنه we're not gonna have another session to talk about how you create case study, or how you do experiment, or how you do the surveys. And research classification Also, we need to talk about approach. So we talked about the field. We talked about approach, and we need to talk about nature. Search, study, classification, nature. Nature is the type of contribution that research make to the knowledge. Or the type of contribution depend on the nature. Three categories can be used to classify research nature. Either it is pure theoretical development or research that review and assess pure theory. And the third category is applied research that have some practical application outcome. The pure theory, developing theory to explain things without thinking them to practice. It's a theory, no practical. These also, again, it can depend on the inductive reasoning, how you reason using the inductive method, which leads you to make conclusion and theories about the world as you see it yourself. And in the second category, where you have or assess theories and evaluate them, it is basically doing descriptive study, reviewing already existing thing or evaluating the knowledge in the field that is already existed. You might include testing to test theory, or you describe the status or looking for limitation that is in the already discovered thing, and it's being generalized. And the third category in applied research, it is basically you doing study to explore or problem. It's useful for finding what is happening, to seek new insight or more things. يعني بدك انت تفسر الاشي اكثر او to come up with new knowledge based on the existing situation. By asking question and come up new light, new phenomena on the situations. Nature also can be identified by more classification. I also am not gonna go through that, but I included some of the slides that you can take a look at it. It is basically information that help you in thinking about the research process in general and how we classify the researches. And I know it is all new terminology to you. Probably it's hard to absorb because it talk about psychology and methodologies that has never been studied to you. But believe me, it's a very good takeaway for in advanced classes, especially when you are seeking higher education and looking for a research as pathway for you in the future. Any question, guys?